X-Men Days of Future Past brings back the cast of X-Men First Class. In the original X-Men cast has a lot of people in this film, and this is about the Sentinels are made now and they're threatening mutant extinction. The mutants are on the brink of extinction and they must send Logan back into the past to stop the Sentinels being made and the course of the future altogether. And, you know, I was a little bit worried about this film because of the big cast and, you know, a lot of people fighting for screen time, but also it was one of my most anticipated films of this year. And did it pay off? Yes, it did, and this is by far the best X-Men film I have seen to date. X-Men Days of Future Past has a huge cast, and this is a cast that a lot of people are hyped up about because it has young Magneto, young Xavier, and old Xavier, and people were just going crazy for this film, and I was going crazy for it too at times. But also, the more I was getting closer to the film, the more I wasn't looking forward to it. But I really enjoyed this film for the story. The story was crazy good. This film had a great story of the mutants in the future are just the Sentinels are just targeting them, and they're just taking them out one by one, and they take Logan, Wolverine, played by Hugh Jackman, back into the past, back into the 70s, where he must meet younger Xavier, played by James McAvoy, and also you have Beast and Magneto and Jennifer Lawrence. And this movie is a lot. This movie takes place a lot in the 70s and has a heavy story of trying to get them all together to stop how the Sentinels are being made. And I really like how the Sentinels are made and how they come to be. And you know, they got Peter Dinklage working to make the Sentinels, and I just really enjoyed the story. It keeps you on the edge of the seat. There's not a lot of action in the beginning of the movie, halfway through the film, but it keeps you entertained with the story, some great humor, just overall great acting, and everything is like on the line. He must work on the past to alter the future and help save the mutants, which I thought is a great story because everything is in the hands of Logan, and he must become friends with Xavier and Magneto and be on their side and try to stop how the Sentinels are being made. They had some new mutants in there, and one of the additions to the mutant cast is Quicksilver, which, if you've seen his costume, I wasn't really fond of. It has that silver outfit with these big old goggles, and it just looked a bit ridiculous. But I gotta say, I really enjoyed his character. He was really fun to watch. And when he was running around doing his thing, it was really cool. And hopefully you can see him in X-Men Apocalypse. You know, they have the same character in Avengers Age of Ultron. But here, I really enjoyed his character. He was fun to watch. You know, he was there for a short amount of time, but he was a really fun character and a great addition to the movie. Everybody does a great job acting here, especially James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, Jennifer Lawrence. They actually had a lot more of Nicholas Hoult playing the Beast, which I was happy about, and it had just the great cast to it. The original cast wasn't in the film that much. They were beginning and end, and the whole rest of the part was in the 70s, but I just think everybody did a great job. The special effects, the way that the film looked, the Sentinels. I like the Sentinels, how they looked in the 1970s. It was just overall just a really great movie. The film is a little over 2 hours, I believe, but it doesn't feel rushed at all. The story is perfectly paced, great amount of action, great scenes, great costume designs. Everything about this film is great, and I love that Logan knows how the future is, so he goes back to the past and he's seeing how the team gets together. You know, he's like, me and you become best friends when he talks to Beast, and he sees Xavier for the first time and Magneto, and I like that he knows how the future is, and he's going back to the past, and he's seen all these things of how they were, and I like that. He's seen these things, and he knows how they're all going to pan out to be. I was very pleased with X-Men Days of Futures Past overall. Bryan Singer returning to direct this movie is the best X-Men film I have seen, and I really enjoyed this film. I enjoyed it more than Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I really enjoyed it. Not as much as Captain America, but it's a very close second to that, and I was very pleased with X-Men Days of Future Past. So I'm going to go ahead and give this movie an A+. Definitely check it out. I know my review's kind of late and people have already seen it, but I still want to review it. So this is Justin Watches Movies, and I'll see you later. Bye.